A routine booking inside the Columbia County Jail turned into a medical emergency when a deputy was suddenly exposed to fentanyl and cocaine. Tonight, the sheriff's office is talking about how quick actions likely saved her life. The report says it started last Tuesday when a traffic stop led to the arrest of 25-year-old Jose Freddy Rodriguez Acuna of Portage on drug charges. During booking, a jail deputy confiscated cash from Rodriguez Acuna. When she unfolded one of the bills, officials say a mix of cocaine and fentanyl came off the money and went directly into her face. The deputy suffered a medical event and they gave her Narcan right away. Portage EMS then took her to the hospital.
You could be out shopping at Walmart and with your family and somebody goes down in the bathroom when you're in there and you don't know what's happening. But if you have Narcan, Narcan is potentially going to save that person's life. So to have that available more in the public can really help save lives.
The sheriff's office says she is expected to make a full recovery and is back at work. Rodriguez Acuna appeared in court Thursday facing possession of narcotic drugs and possession of cocaine. He has since been released to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, who say he is in the country illegally.